Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens here with your latest edition of the 10 Weather Impact Show on this Friday. Beautiful weather settling in for the end of the week. Our temperatures up today compared to yesterday. We've got plenty of sunshine back in Central Ohio, and well, we're looking at a pretty nice weekend ahead as well, with largely dry weather in the forecast and temperatures that will be improving as well. So let's go ahead and dive right into the latest out there across the region. We're looking at a little bit of a breezy forecast heading into the next couple of days. Winds will remain a little stronger than they have been recently, and sunshine and dry weather will take us through the weekend, though we do have at least some chance for a little bit of overnight rain out there Saturday into Sunday. Overall, though, I think it's not going to be that impactful as we head through the next couple of days, so there'll be nice weather to continue to enjoy as we head toward the weekend. Speaking of nice weather, let's take a look outside right now. Scioto Audubon, we've got a couple of darker clouds there on the horizon. We told you can't really rule out a stray sprinkle today from one of those clouds, but in terms of actual rainfall, not really looking at that to be in the cards. Temperatures much better than yesterday. We were sitting in the 40s yesterday afternoon. We're now in the mid 50s across Central Ohio, feeling much more comfortable outside. The winds out there, again, a little breezy though, up to 18 miles per hour here in Columbus. Looking at feels like temperatures, it's not really enough for a wind chill, at least not right now, for anywhere in the 50s. Up in Mansfield, it does feel like 42, but your temperature only at 47, so you can kind of get into that wind chill territory. The rest of us just kind of a brisk breeze on a fairly fall-like afternoon. Speaking of that breeze, you can see where it is fairly gusty, especially east of Columbus. We're gusting to 21 in Mount Vernon, 22 in Lancaster, 23 Kenton, and 24 in Washington Courthouse. Those winds will remain breezy as we head through today, but otherwise look for some pretty nice weather as we head through this evening and toward those Friday night football games tonight. The next 12 hours out there, temperatures will stay in the mid 50s. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds through the afternoon, with skies again clearing as we head through tonight. That, of course, means we're dropping down into some pretty chilly weather as we head toward early tomorrow. We're down into the 40s by 1 a.m., down into the 30s by sunrise tomorrow. It's going to be another cold start to the day as we head into your Saturday. As far as the wind forecast goes, we'll stay with those sustained winds 10 to 20 through the next several hours. We'll kind of push those winds back down a little bit as we head through this evening and eventually into the overnight hours tonight. As far as any kind of rain chances go, they stay low for the next couple of days. Again, can't totally rule out a sprinkle from a few of those clouds now through Saturday. We've got a little bit of that overnight rain chance Saturday into Sunday, but overall pretty much near to below likelihood when it comes to rainfall out there, about 20%. The biggest chance for rain we have anytime in the next few days here and really through midweek next week. Rain chances expected to remain on the low side. Here's the latest satellite radar across Central Ohio. Like we've been saying, can't totally rule out that sprinkle. Got a little bit of sprinkle activity working its way over toward Guernsey County. Same as you head up toward Bucyrus, Mansfield could see a stray sprinkle, but the odds of much of this hitting ground level are pretty low. It's just kind of some moisture drifting across the region. Really, you could say it even has some lake origin to it. Those winds coming across Lake Michigan, you can see it helping to generate that cloud cover there and dragging a little bit of moisture along with it up into northern portions of Michigan, up toward Ludington. You can kind of see a little bit of lake effect banding right there when it comes to the rainfall. Same as you head over toward Lake Erie, you can see that pushing into northwest Pennsylvania. A little bit of that lake effect enhanced rain on up into New York as well. But overall, not more any kind of big system kind of driving this rain. So a lot of quiet weather to be expected. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast heading through the rest of the day today. Again, cloud cover around, maybe that stray sprinkle, but that would be about it. As we head into tonight, we'll see mostly clear skies. That lets temperatures fall heading into tomorrow. Heading into Saturday, kind of the same pattern as today. A little bit of sun and cloud mix throughout the day. Buckeye game kicking off at noon. Should be good to go. Sun and clouds, no threat for rain other than that stray sprinkle. And again, they'd be very minimally impactful if it does occur. We'll see quiet weather continue into Saturday night. Small threat for rain as we head through late Saturday into early Sunday. Again, not expected to be a major impact, with quiet weather returning as we head into the daytime hours Sunday, though again, can't rule out that stray bit of rain that could come from one of those clouds, but overall not expected to be a major rain producer. Here's your 10 weather impact 7-day forecast. Looking pretty quiet out there as we head through the next several days. We have that mix of sun and clouds today. If you're heading out for trick or treat tonight, we will see those conditions expected to be pretty nice. I know some towns did delay because of the rain and the wind yesterday. If you are heading out this evening, expect temperatures to largely be in the 50s to 40s across central Ohio, with clearing skies again as we head toward this evening. Working our way into the weekend, temperatures stay comfortable. Cool for this time of the year, but not unusual. We'll be in the mid 50s both Saturday and for Sunday. We push those temperatures back up toward the 60s as we head toward next week. We'll stay in the low 60s to near 60s through about Wednesday. Again, we have that small chance for rain coming by the midweek next week into Thursday. Looks to cool us down just a little bit by Thursday, staying in the 50s. Overall, nothing out of the ordinary for this time of the year, and certainly nothing that looks overly disruptive for this time of the year. Our forecast conditions here not looking so bad as we head into the next couple of days here, the next week or so. Overall, expected to be pretty nice weather for the fall here in central Ohio. And of course, with all of the nice weather in the forecast, including this weekend, there's lots to get you ready for, including with the sports world. Let's take a look first at our 1st and 10 game of the week. That's tonight. It's the first week of the high school football season playoffs, and we've got you covered here at 10 TV. The game of the week is a 5-5 Hilliard Bradley hosting 5-5 Dublin Jerome. We'll preview it live this evening and have all the highlights tonight on 1st and 10. And speaking of 1st and 10, here are the games we're covering. Our game of the week, of course, at Bradley. We'll also cover Westerville Central at Upper Arlington. Grove Cities at Olentangy Berlin. We'll have Newark at Olentangy Liberty, as well as Kenton South at East Louisville, at Westerville South, Independence at Hamilton Township, Caldwell is at Grove City, and Christian Worthington Kilbourne travels to Walnut Ridge, and we finally have Groveport at Gahanna. That is 10 games for you tonight on 1st and 10. And of course, it's not just high school football that the weather's going to cooperate with. It will also be cooperating for the top-ranked Buckeyes as they're back in action this Saturday with Penn State coming to town. This game will kick off a 5-game stretch in the month of November. This is when you really want to be playing your best football, and Ryan Day is here to tell us more about how important these next few games are.
To me, the season starts in November. I think, for us, it was a little different because we started out with Texas, but in September, you're kind of finding your way. October, you kind of get your identity. In November, now you're starting to play for real. Here we are. So to me, the season starts now.
You can see all that interview with Coach Day this coming Saturday at 9 a.m. right here on 10 TV. Game Time with Ryan Day, of course, the official coach's show of the Buckeye football team. In sports, they're not the only thing going on in Central Ohio this weekend. There's lots of spooky Halloween season themed things going on as well. 10 TV's Jay Plyburn has a quick look ahead at some of those events, of course, as they happen over the next few days.
If you're looking for something unique this Halloween, head downtown on Friday for a spooky State House tour. The tours will last about an hour, starting at 1, 2, and 3 p.m. On Saturday, you can kick off the first day of November with the Short North Gallery Hop, which runs from 4 to 8 p.m. Then on Sunday, the OSU Entomology Department is hosting the Insect Film Fest, with events happening from 11:30 to 6 at Studio 35 in Clintonville.
And thanks, Jay. Thanks, Jay. Of course, if you've got young ones to entertain, keep track of all the trick-or-treat times as we head into tonight. And if you want to know more about how the weather will impact your plans ahead, just text us for everything you need to know. Text the word BOO to 614-460-3345. We'll send you those trick-or-treat times across Central Ohio, of course, right to your phone. And now, to keeping your family safe and your furry family members with the Halloween season here, veterinarians are warning this scary season can be a little terrifying for the pets, triggering a spike in emergency visits. Bradley Blackburn has more on how to protect your pets.
Pet owners love to include their animals in the Halloween fun, but the American Veterinary Medical Association warns the festivities also land more pets in the emergency clinic this time of year.
A lot of pets are very susceptible to noise, and this can be a noisy time of year.
AVMA President Dr. Michael Q. Bailey says when trick-or-treaters arrive, pets may try to run out of the house. So you might want to keep them on a leash or distract them with a new toy in a quiet space.
You have new people coming to your door, and the pets may not be familiar and they may get stressed by it.
If your pet is dressing up, their costume should fit well so it doesn't cause them to choke or trip. Make sure they don't get into the treats, which can lead to toxic ingestions, intestinal blockages, and burns. Take glow sticks. While the material inside is not toxic, it is an irritant.
Just by biting into it, it's going to cause irritation to the gums. If they swallow it, then it's going to cause irritation to the GI system.
Keep the sweets, like gum and chocolate, far from your pet's reach.
Artificial sweetener such as with xylitol, that in itself can cause a significant amount of distress and can be deadly. Chocolates can cause a significant amount of damage to the liver.
Laura Bierenbaum just adopted her pup Pigeon a couple weeks ago. She's celebrating her first Halloween with her new brother, Frank.
Sometimes loud noises make her scared, so I think we're gonna be keeping her inside and calm, and if she wants to come out, great, but we'll have her unleashed.
To ensure she's safe and happy on the scariest day of the year. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
And now to one final story to wrap up our spooky season coverage, this time focusing on a misunderstood creature of the night, the bat. Joy Benedict reports from Los Angeles.
'Tis the season of spooky, but one traditional hallowed hunter may be getting a bad rap,
We have a bat right here right now.
as the bat is more helper than haunter.
I've never seen bats around LA, so I was excited that confirmed we saw some bats around here.
Courtney Best signed up for a bat walk along the LA River in Frogtown.
It's crazy how small they are.
It's a nighttime tour blaring the bat signal as tens of thousands of the winged mammals roost in LA County.
Fall is when bats are reproducing.
The tour guide, bat biologist Joey Curdy.
As the night goes on, we'll start to hear more of our smaller species.
He sat down with us before the tour to share his passion.
I had a bat rehabber come into my middle school classroom, and she just led a bunch of educational bats out, and they kind of crawled around, and we got to see them up close.
For him, it was love at first sight.
When you see them up close, it's like, it takes your breath away. They're beautiful.
Curdy is a postdoc fellow doing research on our native species, which he says are literally everywhere.
This is the Mexican free-tailed bat.
Oh, he is cute. He's got little fluffy ears like a Labrador.
Los Angeles is home to more types of bats than anywhere in the state.
We have this bat right here.
Roosting under bridges, in trees, and your home.
A silver-haired bat, Lacerus noctivagens.
But he says despite their spooky stigma, they don't want your blood or really anything to do with you at all.
There are 1,500 species of bats in the world. 3 of those are vampire bats.
The bats around town eat mostly insects and are crucial for all kinds of crops.
Did you know that tequila comes from agave plants, which are primarily pollinated by bats? We wouldn't have tequila without bats.
He says although they can bite, they rarely spread rabies.
Most years, there are actually 0 cases of rabies that are caused by bats in people.
If you listen closely, you'll hear them or see them, as they're frequently confused with birds.
Oh, here we go.
So the next time you see a nighttime flyer, don't go batty. Be thankful.
Mexican free-tailed bat actually coming in quite close.
As that dark streak in the sky is actually helping our city shine. Joy Benedict, CBS LA.
And one more thing to keep in mind after celebrating Halloween this weekend, don't forget to turn back your clocks. Daylight saving time ends on Sunday, and our clocks will fall back 1 hour at 2 a.m. The time change comes, of course, as days continue getting shorter and the nights longer with the official start of winter not that far away. Daylight saving time ends the first week of November each year, and in less than 2 days from now, we'll move those clocks. Hawaii, most of Arizona, and some territories in the Pacific and Caribbean do not observe daylight saving time. And now let's get you up to date on the latest in the tropics with Hurricane Melissa. we're keeping a close eye on that system right now. Here's the latest view of Hurricane Melissa. It's no longer with hurricane status. It's been downgraded to post-tropical storm. You can see it here with not much organization left. It is expected to continue pushing its way on up past St. John's and into the North Atlantic as we head into the days ahead with no further threat to land here in the U.S. Though you can see that system kind of spreading out and producing quite a bit of cloud cover and rainfall from Halifax on up into northeastern portions of Canada. A bigger look at the tropics showing quiet conditions, no further storms expected in the next several days. So we'll continue to keep an eye on the tropical season, but we should be heading more toward the end of things here with systems getting all the way down to 13 named storms so far this year. Most notably, of our 5 hurricanes, 4 of them have been major storms. And we're also continuing to follow the damage that Melissa left behind this afternoon. That storm, unfortunately, leaving at least 28 people dead as it battered the Caribbean islands. As for the damage, they've barely begun to add it up. Jason Allen is in Jamaica with a look at some of the destruction left behind.
2 days after Hurricane Melissa became one of the strongest storms to ever make landfall in the Atlantic. We made the 4-hour trek from the island's capital of Kingston to the northern tourist hub of Montego Bay.
Well, there's a tower. It looks like a communications cell phone tower that is knocked over right there.
For more than 50 miles, we passed trees snapped in half, homes torn apart, and lines of drivers desperate for gas.
What are you waiting in line for? Where are you trying to get?
Gas.
You're trying to get gas?
Yeah.
How much do you have left?
Well, we're right above quarter.
You're at about a quarter.
Yeah.
Thousands remain in temporary shelters tonight, and nearly 3/4 of the island has no power. Millions of Americans travel to Jamaica every year to enjoy the white sand beaches and soak up the sun. Now thousands of tourists are stranded by the destruction Hurricane Melissa left behind. Kingston's airport reopened today for commercial flights, but officials are still working to reopen the airport in Montego Bay.
We don't know when we're leaving. We don't know how much longer we're going to be here.
Alicia and Destiny White traveled here for a birthday celebration, but they spent the majority of their vacation riding out the storm in a hotel room.
We could hear everything going around us. The wind was so strong it sounded like thunder.
Now the sisters from Memphis, Tennessee are on the hook for an extended resort stay while they search for a flight home.
The ultimate blessing is being alive, so we just kind of making the best of our time here.
This road right here, where you have power lines down, you have communication lines that are down. This road takes tourists to a couple of very high-end resorts. We saw lines down like this for miles today. We did not see any crews working on it. Jason Allen, CBS News, Montego Bay, Jamaica.
And finally today, let's check out some new video into us here at 10 TV. It wasn't just the hurricanes causing disruptions across the country this week. Officials say that at least one person unfortunately was killed and another left clinging to life as torrential downpours triggered flash flooding across New York City. This was on Thursday. Water rushing into subway stations there, cascading down the stairs as heavy rainfall battered the city. Storm also swamped roads and closed a portion of the westbound Long Island Expressway. The National Weather Service issued flash flood warnings for parts of the Bronx, Brooklyn, and Queens, as well as Manhattan, as rain fell at rates of more than an inch per hour. You can just see how much impact that rainfall had there. Cars trying to make their way through that water. Definitely don't recommend driving through that. It's too dangerous and definitely damaging to the vehicle. And just look how deep this water is here as that guy tries to make his way home or work or wherever he's going. Several inches of water there piling up in the streets, swamping cars, and of course anyone trying to walk through. Definitely not a good situation you want to be in. Finally today though, we will wrap up with some better news to report. This one came last week when Washington State Patrol's dispatch received 911 calls about a kitten stuck on the left shoulder of southbound Interstate 5 that was near 96th Street in Pierce County. Trooper Bonner and Trooper Faith arrived on scene and saved a little guy who was hiding underneath the concrete barrier. One of the troopers drove him to a veterinary hospital, and after being checked out by the vet, the trooper in the district agreed to care for him. Look at that photo there. That's great. Just another day of protecting and serving. Look at that little guy. He's so cute. Who doesn't like a good story about a cat? You got to love one that ends well there, too, with those troopers being able to not only rescue the cat, but now, have a new forever friend to take home as well. Beautiful ending to that story. Speaking of a beautiful ending, it's kind of what we're looking at here at the end of the week. Our weather has gotten much better than it was for yesterday. Of course, the day before Halloween, kind of a blustery, spooky day out there with lots of rain and wind pushing through central Ohio. But now on actual Halloween, weather is much better, and whether you're trick-or-treating tonight, going to those high school football games, or going to Ohio State tomorrow, the weather should cooperate all weekend long, but that doesn't mean we're not going to keep an eye on things. Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz, he's going to be out at those high school games tonight, and I'll be here all night long to keep you up to date on the forecast. Until then, more online, 10tv.com.